Well, I usually do this on a live stream, but I thought just a quick catch up and a few thoughts on the gym. While the gym's going well, and we'll get on with that in a second, I've noticed there's a different culture in, say, for instance, the modern day gyms there probably was in the olden day gyms. Now, this is a bit of a guess in so much as I didn't used to go to the gym. However, what you see nowadays is people are all going around with their headphones, big ones or small in the ear ones, and doing their best to ignore everybody else that's there, which is fine. I go on my own, and all I want to do is get through it as quickly as possible. And some of the faces I pull while I'm working, to be honest, if people aren't looking at me, all the better, really. But there is a problem with this. Now, while I'm mainly on the machines, the cabled stuff, all right, there are people over there on the free weights. Now, some of these people may have to go to the gym on their own without a spotter. You know, the ones, the stereotypical ones you'll see on their back, and they'll be bench pressing, right? I'm not doing that, by the way. I do it on a machine. So at some point, I'm going to have to move over from the machine because I'm getting to the end of the weights, which is nice. You can see, if you have a look here, you can see all the numbers. That's in pounds, actually, I think, or whatever. All that's been, hang on, the wrong way around, don't we, or whatever. So you can see that I've gone up, crossed out, gone up, crossed out. A lot of that, by the way, is help from creatine and protein shakes. That, I think, has helped massively. But anyway, the point I'm going back to is this bloke here. He's getting to his last amount, and he fails. But unfortunately fails, and it lands maybe on his neck. Now, if he can actually speak, he'd be able to shout help. But that probably wouldn't be a lot of use in a modern-day gym because everybody's listening to their favourite tune to work out to and won't hear him. That in there is the problem. Also, I would have thought that a gym in the old days would have been a good place to go and like make acquaintances and have somebody different to talk to and share advice on. If you see somebody now that's on a piece of kit, I haven't got a clue what they're doing, but I'd like to go and speak to them, but they've got the headphones in and you think, oh, I won't bother. But anyway, that's one of the problems. But I have to say that I'm not a fitness freak. I don't enjoy the gym, right? But it's a necessary evil. So I see all these people there, and there are so many characters. It's great, actually, because from a person who observes people, I've always been a people watcher, you can see there's the fat fucker, like me, all right? Person out of shape that's gone down there to get into shape. Then you've got the other end of the extreme of the perfect ones. Some of them are quite friendly. Some of them aren't so friendly. And the females especially seem to be the ones that are really, really in shape, even if they've got a butter face. Now, if you don't know what a butter face is, it's nice body, butter face. That's how that one works. Anyway, they'll strut round like their shit doesn't stink. And they want everybody to look at them, but the moment you did look at them, they'd probably pull you up on it, right? And because of just how narcissistic and how shit attitude they are, they're not attractive, even though the chassis is great. Now, I've heard it said from blokes before that look at that kind and said, I would smash her straight in the ass to teach her a lesson, right? Whereas, and that's not me said, that's them, all right? Generally, it's almost like a hate fuck, all right? Whereas, if there was a lovely looking woman walking around with a nice happy smile on her face who was really friendly, you wouldn't want to do that. You'd actually want to make that a missus. You want to be lovely to her. You want to embrace her. You'd like to do all the lovely things. A sweet person. They're so much more attractive. I'd love to be able to get that message across to these women, but I think I'd probably be wasting my time. And it goes the other way for the men. You've got some blokes there that throw the weights around and they'll talcum powder shit everywhere and everything they go to, they destroy and they grunt and they swell up and they walk around the place and it's like, you've got a small cock, haven't you, pal? It's so scorchingly obvious. And yes, some of them. There was one the other day, perfect. He was chiseled. He was God's gift to women almost, right? But I went up and spoke to him. He was lovely. So, but headphones, not very good. Another catch up. I went out and splurged a load of money on a guitar. And can I play? No, not at all. So here's the guitar. For any of you guitar lovers. It's, what's it called? Kanglewood. It's quite a nice guitar, and it's not a cheap piece of shit either. And I've actually had somebody play it and it does sound lovely, but I've learnt 2 chords. So that's where we're up to at the moment. But the thing was predominantly about the attitudes in the gym, and they are also reflective on the attitudes in the wider world, and the different shapes and sizes. But yeah, just thought I'd give you a catch up because I've never been one to go around and talk a lot about getting fit because I never was. However, now I'm starting to. I'm finding really quick gains, I have to say. And I'm noticing, obviously, when you're in the shower and you go, oh, wow, that's changed. That's changed. Or this has changed. Or that's gone out. So it's nice. And it's nice to see gains. And going forward, as you get older, especially, I don't know if it works the same for a woman, I suppose it does. But as a man, as you get, past a certain age and your testosterone starts to reduce, which it will, all men do, some more than others, you will find you will lose muscle mass. So you would say, for instance, remember a guy 30 years ago who was well built and now he's a lot more slight. And you think, what happened there? Well, nature happened there. So if you want to resist some of the signs of aging, that is muscle reduction and the signs of starting to look weak, go to the gym. Obviously, the older you get, the more your joints will be affected. This is something you need to look into. And in my case, because arthritis runs in the family and etc., I went for high weight, low reps, and it seems to be working. So that's nice. But at some point, I'm going to run out the amount of weights I can put on those machines and have to go over to the free stuff, which I'm not really looking forward to because it's more effort. Whatever. But yeah, have you ever thought about going to the gym? Well, I have to say that after my daunting, I couldn't face going in and fucked off, it ain't that bad. And once you've gone in a few times, it ain't nothing really. Set yourself up a little routine. I mean, I'm not going to sell Pure Gym, but I am going there because it's open 24/7. And also with the app, it will give you some of the machines that you might want to use. So you can, and also with the app, it gives you a video of how to use each machine. Rather than going and paying somebody 50 quid to walk you around, you can look at it up on their own app and go, right, this is the machine. It's got a barcode on it or one of those funny codes. Right? You just scan that and it'll say, right, here's the video. Here's how to use it. So you don't break yourself, basically. And it's worked for me anyway. Might not work for you, but there are a lot of other gyms. But for a person who's got to be in there at 4 a.m, Pure Gym's the only one I can use because the rest of them aren't open. But I just thought I would tell some of you out there that might be thinking about going to the gym, does it make any difference? Well, it's horrible. Not going to lie, right? This is for me personally. While I'm there, I'm like, I can't wait to get through it. But when you see gains, it does make you want to go back in, all right? And I don't care who you are. As long as you do it right and you, in my case, take supplements, which is protein supplement and creatine, you will get gains. Simple as that. And afterwards, after you've been in the gym that day, you get an up. Oh, I do anyway, later on. I don't get it in the gym. Fuck that. Sweating, miserable, stressful, look like you're half dead. No. However, afterwards you do get a bit of an up and you feel positive about yourself that you actually fucking did something. Seriously. And it helps with depression. Massively. Because if I hadn't have been doing the gym recently, I would have gone a lot lower, depressed-wise, because I cycle, because I'm bipolar. I have to say the use of the gym has helped with that. And as I don't know, because I have a platform, I feel that me sharing how I've got on might help others. So that's why I'm doing this video. It's not the usual stuff. But yeah. And the idea of using or learning the guitar, I sing. Some of you may know that, some of you may not. Sung for years, not brilliantly, but I could hold a tune, all right? And I thought to myself, the obvious other thing to do now would be to play a guitar. Apparently, there's many benefits. Confidence, memory, mathematics. Don't know how that's going to work out. But yeah, some of the tunes that you've listened to, most you like, apparently can be played with 3 chords. I've got to learn these yet. I learned 2 yesterday. There's a bloke that does it. He's got 2.3 million subscribers, right? And he says, I'll teach you guitar in 10 days. I'm like, all right then. Let me tell you, these fingers, very sore, okay? But I've got steel string guitar, so apparently that's a thing. They will. It's a classic acoustic, apparently. Whatever. So anyway, we are going to learn. And I've got a load of people around here that will play music. And when I can eventually work out how I'm going to get it to run through this, I'm going to get a load of people around and we'll record it and we'll sing and all the rest of it. And it will be therapeutic, especially if we get another lockdown. I'll be stuck in learning that. Well, I won't be stuck in because I didn't actually pay much attention to the last lockdown. In fact, I walked more in the last lockdown than I've ever walked in my life. But there you go. Well, except when I worked on the railway with Satan. That was the ganger. We called him Satan because he was literally trying to kill us. But there we are. Yeah. Just a quick one about walking, by the way. You wouldn't believe how many muscles that sorts out, including your posture and your back muscle. I noticed that. I went walking within about 2 weeks. I was more upright and whatever. Now, while I don't want to tell anybody to go and get fit, right, I'm just saying it's helped me. So if it helps me, I'm telling you that it's helped me. So you might want to go, oh, that might help. And I have to say that it is, what does it reckon? I did nearly 1,000 calories today. That's pretty good going. But yeah, there's a lot of upside to it. That's all I'm going to say. But that's what the video is about. My thoughts on the people in the gym, and also because there's some really nice people in there. And I think there's also people like myself who are a bit worried to speak to other people because they don't know how they're going to react. But that's the problem with the headphone thing, isn't it? Lock yourself away. I think after the last lockdown, people became less able to conversate with each other, more shy, more insecure. And the headphones are a great way of saying fuck off. It's almost like leave me alone. It's a sign in your ear. And also people then lock themselves away. I know they've got their own music they want to listen to, which help them train, but generally speaking, it's a big fuck off. You might as well wear it as a t-shirt saying, please don't approach. But there you go. Let me know what you think. I'm not sure if there's going to be a live stream tonight because there is a Harvest Home. Now, I don't know if you have that where you come from, but around here, what they do is the farmers all pitch in. There's a massive tent and all of their best wares get served up along with real ales. So salt beef, cheeses, hams, other sorts of meat, other all sorts of stuff. And then there's bands. And yeah, and it goes on till about 10 or 11 o'clock at night, by which time everybody's completely blasted. But it's local to me, walking distance. So I may well go to that. I don't know yet. It's not 100%. Having said that, if I'd have taken the van, I probably could have done a live stream from the place. So it's all up in the air at the moment. I don't know. But as much as I love doing the live streams, you do have to live a bit, and working all week, not getting out much, because you can't go out at night. I'm in bed by 6:30. So, yeah, actually speaking to human beings, because I'm becoming a bit recluse, and that's not a good thing. And hopefully, maybe even bumping into a female. You never know. You live in hope. But you have to change the pattern you're in. I mean, if all you do is go to work, come back, go to that local pub, come home, and that's it, you ain't going to meet anybody new. So you actually have to venture out a bit. So that would be the idea. But we'll see. I don't know yet, because I do actually enjoy the live streams and talking to you. So, but there it is. Anyway, have a good Saturday. It's a bit overcast out there, but fuck it. And I may well speak to you later. If I don't do tonight, I'll do the Sunday sermon, all right? So it's up in the air at the moment. All right, catch you in a bit.